You're trying to sell that to your employees, right?
Yeah. That's entrepreneur action to start the show. I like it.
So I was thinking about this. So tonight, the Steelers, a great franchise, a lot of trophies, go to Cleveland to face the lousy Browns, who are lousy again. But here's what's funny. Mike Tomlin has always been a terrible Thursday night coach. In fact, Pittsburgh is 0-7 since 1980 when competing against his division on Thursday Night Football, and overall on the road, he's 2-8. Now, how is that possible? Why is this happening? So whenever I see data that veers away from the standard production of a person or a business, there's got to be a reason. And I believe there is a reason. And I believe Mike Tomlin stands not only on business, that he stands for something. Here it is. So reportedly, Mike Tomlin and the Steelers have the hardest, most physical training camps in the NFL. They hit. They're relentless. That is his identity. You don't think of the Steelers in schemes. You don't think of the Steelers in offensive wizardry. You think tough and physical. Mike's the most tough and physical coach in the NFL, and his teams are. And my guess, why can Mike Tomlin be so good on Sunday and so terrible on Thursday? Because he's old school, and he views Thursday night football as unnecessary. And he's not going to change his approach. His take is, I'm in it for the war, not the battle. Chick-fil-A does this. Chick-fil-A says we're not open for business on Sunday. They could make $4 billion if they were open on Sunday. But they make $22 billion Monday through Saturday. Their identity is great chicken, and they're closed on Sunday. Faith and Family Sunday. They could make another $4 billion. They're making 22.3 and growing fast. I went there the other day. It was 3 p.m. There was still a line. The spicy sandwich is outstanding. They're not chasing the dollar. Oh, they want revenue. They've built an empire, but they won't change their identity to placate or appeal to their critics. I respect that. And so Tomlin is saying, listen, our physical style, this is what we are. You make us play a game once a year on Thursday with 3 fewer days rest. When I ask my players to be more physical in camp, more hitting during the week, more physical than any team, it's our identity, I'm going to punt. I'm not saying I want to lose, but I'm not changing my approach. And to prove this, when you give the Steelers extra rest, 1 day extra rest, they're unbeatable on Monday. They've won 22 straight games, Monday Night Football at home. So think about this. Mike Tomlin, Sunday good, Monday excellent. He will not forego or alter his identity or his physical culture because he asks more of his players. He asks his players to hit harder, work harder, wear pads, more often up to league, ceiling. And he's not going to change his identity. It's the only thing that explains why this team is so great with extra rest, very, very good with normal rest, and terrible with short rest. Here's Mike Tomlin on facing the Cleveland Browns tonight.
I know as a collective, we better be prepared for a hostile environment, the dog pound, et cetera. And so we got some new people, whether they're new to us or new to the National Football League, that need some quick education while we do the physical work that's necessary to position ourselves for performance.
It's a great message. Don't change your approach in life. Don't change your identity in life, chasing something that isn't necessary, which is perfection. Nobody's going to go 17-0. The teams that win the Super Bowl don't go 17-0. So don't change your approach. Don't pray at the altar of revenue on every corner. I'm not saying you shouldn't take a better job, but when you're building something and asking a lot of others beyond yourself, you've got an identity, stick with it. If they want to put something on a streaming service on Thursdays, maybe we win, maybe we don't. 17-0. No proof it's better than 12-5 and winning the division again. Sometimes in sports, you'll see some marriage or potential marriage, and it feels weird, but weird sometimes works in sports and in life. And, you not every marriage you think is going to work, and it often does. And I got to tell you, Rex Ryan wants the New York Jets job. Now, he's the last really successful New York Jets coach they had, just for the record. And I've had my battles with Rex before. I think he's a nice guy, I really do. But he's already, this is so Rex Ryan, he wants the Jets job, and here's Rex talking about it.
There's way too much talent on this team to play the way we've been playing, period. And how hard can you get a guy to play? That's the thing. Like, nobody's seen a team going to play the way as hard as this team's going to play in the future. Trust me, if I'm the guy. Trust me. And that's going to be it. That's what's going to separate me from all these other guys you're going to bring in. You know, your Grudens, your whoever, whatever. Give me a break. They ain't New York Jets. I'm all about the Jets.
I think it would work. He's qualified. He's won. And I think, because there's such a circus, he's the only proven coach that would really want the job. Or do you want to give it in New York to another coordinator that gets trampled by Aaron Rodgers? The Jets as a franchise are impulsive, loud, and overconfident. That is Rex Ryan's resume. He's an alpha. He'd build an alpha Detroit Lions staff. We all laughed at the Dan Campbell biting kneecaps presser. It worked. And it worked because he got the right offensive coordinator. And the GM drafted the right players. This is a good roster. And this franchise needs completely new energy. And this may be one of those marriages you think is not going to work. But the entire Jets team night right now with Aaron Rodgers feels like it's outsourced, right? It's kind of Aaron's team. It's outsourced to placate Aaron. Rex Ryan's a Jet. He got along with Woody Johnson. He's the only coach they've ever had that got along with Woody Johnson. And Woody's not going to change. So you better get somebody that can get along with Woody Johnson. They'll play hard. It sounds hokey. A lot of marriages do. But I think there's a Dan Campbell feel, and we have these coaches that we don't view necessarily as schematic wizards. Campbell's working. Mike Tomlin's working. Rex Ryan. Hey, Rex Ryan took Mark Sanchez into New England and beat Brady. Tough, physical, in-your-face, low-scoring games. This organization feels outsourced since Aaron got there. The Jets need a Jet. The Jets need an alpha. The whole thing with Aaron, doesn't it feel like, Aaron, please save us? It feels so weak. I mean, it's like the damsel in distress doesn't work in a locker room of 55 alphas. I think this franchise has some really good players. I don't think they should have fired Saleh, and I don't think they should have fired the GM, Joe Douglas. But the Rex Ryan thing, go ahead and laugh. I think it would work. It would give them an identity. When Rex was there before, they had an identity. They were tough, they were physical, they were loud, they were in your face, they weren't intimidated by anybody. I would have no problem with this. Or just go roll the dice on another coordinator. I mean, good luck with that. It feels like it would work. Some of these marriages in life, you're like, she married him, he married her. He's going to work for them, she's going to work for them. And they work more often than you think. Rex, Jets, I think it works.